Are you struggling to capture market shares from your competitors? Well, I have a PPC targeting methodology that I'm going to share with you today that should help you really start to hone in and capture more from your competitors within advertising. So, looking over at our ad campaign here, we're just going to start out with a blank campaign. We are going to be doing sites, Amazon, and beyond. So, we are only focused specifically on the Amazon platform and retail platforms as well. For products, I'm just going to add in a couple of our basic products here that we know we're trying to make sure that we are targeting these and that we don't want to lose any form of market share. These are good brand building products, and we want to increase both our brand visibility while also increasing the aspect of getting more sales within the overall market. So, targeting, we are going to be focused on our manual targeting today. And we are actually going to be doing product targeting specifically. So the reason for product targeting is that we want to go after specific competitors within the market. We want to take away as much market share from them as possible and also ensure that our own customers aren't going to our competitors. So with that, we will be doing some product targeting. I already put together a list of 4 different products that I think would be generally good ones to go after. So our bids are the standard here. We do have some suggested bids that we could go after, and realistically, I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to keep it at the 75-cent bid for at least the moment. Now, negations, if you have specific negations that you need and you do on every campaign, I would heavily suggest that you do those here. However, it is not 100% necessary, especially for this methodology where you are going to be really focused on taking market share from competitor products in the first place. So now bidding strategy, I'm going to do dynamic bids down only here. Now, dynamic bids down only, if you don't know, means that the bid that we set here, that 75-cent bid, is going to be the top range at what we actually are going to be bidding against. However, you can have any type of bid under that 75 cents. So it's different, whereas dynamic up and down, it could theoretically fluctuate up to 150%, or sorry, $1.50, or fixed bids where it would no matter what just be set at that 75 cents. So big fan on my end of dynamic bids, especially when we're going to be doing things with bid adjustments, which we'll dig into right now. So this is the secret sauce of your competitor campaign. Now, I want to, before diving into this, explain a little bit. When you are doing any form of competitor advertising on Amazon, you have a few different purposes here. You're trying to, 1, take it market share and sales away from competitors. 2, you are also trying to overall increase your brand recognition and where your brand is showing up within the market. And 3, you're making it a little bit harder for your competition to do any self-targeting or targeting against your specific brands and products as well. So with that in mind, what we are going to be doing is a bid adjustment specifically against audience groups. Now, if you haven't utilized these audience groups yet, I would highly advise that you start looking into them. Essentially, these audience groups are very similar to how Amazon has done brand tailored promotions in the past, how they've done coupons, where essentially you now have the ability to see certain audience segmentations on Amazon. If you ever go to your brand analytics at any point in time, you will actually be able to see on brand analytics very quickly just different audience targeting groups. And these audience targeting groups will be based off of Amazon's own internal perception. They have a set of criteria for every single one, and I'll actually pull up our brand analytics right here, where you can actually see within the brand analytics, you have a bunch of different categories, right? So we have the awareness type, we have our consideration, our intent, and our purchase, right? So that is the entire funnel that we have across the board as well. And now Amazon has essentially taken all of these different audiences and all of these different customers within it. So you can see the customers in awareness, customers in consideration for specific date ranges. So these type of considerations then come into play when we are looking at this bid adjustment audience. And specifically, you're normally going to have about 3 different audience types. So the first one being high likelihood to purchase based on recent shopping activity. So it's very self-explanatory. Essentially, if somebody has shopping activity that Amazon deems is a likelihood to also purchase your product alongside or a similar product to yours, this is a good audience group to go after. Secondarily, you should also have something along this where it's clicked or added brands product to cart. So that would be your brand specifically if they have ever clicked on your brand or added it to their cart. So this is somewhat like a cart abandoner campaign. And then finally, we have purchased brands product. So this is the more interesting aspect here, where essentially if they have purchased from you in the past, this allows you to essentially retarget them again with your products. Now, the one that we are going after is high likelihood to purchase based on recent shopping activity. The primary reason as to why we are going after this one is because of the fact that they are already likely to purchase within your category. And so the goal here with doing a competitor campaign against other ASINs, while at the same time doing this audience group, is that we are going to be showing up specifically only for high intent people. So the hope would be that this also is going to be a very high converting campaign that allows us to take some of those instant sales away from our competitors. So for something like this, I'm going to do something conservative to start out. A 50% bid adjustment is about where I am going to place this at. Now, for a daily budget, I would start something again fairly conservative on this measure. So something along the lines of just $50 for a daily budget. Again, so just a recap on what we are doing here. We are choosing Amazon Beyond. We are going to be choosing products specifically based off of ones we're trying to do both brand building and ones that are more of our high volume movers on the account. And then we're going to be doing product targeting of our specific competitors that we want to take market share away from within this product targeting. And then finally, we are going to be doing dynamic bids and an audience group for high likelihood to purchase. So the goal at the end of the day with a campaign like this would be to make sure that this campaign is essentially a competitor campaign that is both very high in conversion while simultaneously targeting people within your segmentation specifically who are likely to purchase anyhow. So if this was helpful, feel free to give this video a like, subscribe down below for more content like this. We post videos nearly daily. If you're interested in seeing some insights into your own PPC, feel free to head on over to myamazonguy.com and check it out. We have tons of resources over there as well and help out people every single day.